Well, good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday. Very quick, very quick video here. Very quick, like live video here. Okay, so Jitsi. Let's get straight to the point. Y'all can see if you come in later, whatever, y'all can see it later. But anyway, Jitsi. The Jitsi platform. I don't know. Some of you might have seen me mention Jitsi a lot, but just wanted a quick introduction and my experience with Jitsi. So Jitsi is an alternative. The Jitsi platform is an alternative to Zoom. Zoom has a lot of privacy issues from big tech, as you all probably know. Now, Jitsi is an alternative. It's an open source, whatever that means. I kind of have an idea. Open source meaning is open to everyone. It's open code as well. If you know HTML code, Dash Hound Lover, how you doing? Yeah, we sure are staying safe. Thank you. So, open code, meaning that if you know HTML coding or whatever coding they use to program. I'm not too big on tech. I'm not a computer programmer. I'm not a computer expert. I don't claim to be. But I know somebody who is a computer expert who jumps on these calls. Edward Snowden recommends Jitsi, for example, or some kind of open source platform. So the coding or the programming is open to everyone. So you can actually take the program, the code, and tailor it to your own. Right? I'm getting a little technical here, but it's encrypted and it's safe, it's secure. That's the reason why I'm getting into this open source, open code thing, right? So an alternative to Zoom, open source, is free, and this is probably the best part. You do not have to register your credentials. No name, no email, anything like that. Very simple to use. If you're on a PC or laptop, all you have to do is input a URL, which if you're on YouTube or Rumble, I put an example in the description box below. Yes, please do so. Please ask him about Jitsi. And in fact, in YouTube, there's an intro. There's a channel called Jitsi, and there's a quick 1-minute intro about Jitsi, a quick explanation about Jitsi. But there's other people that have used Jitsi, and they have made videos about it and their experience, and they talk about the issues. Sorry, folks, give me a second. I forgot to put do not disturb on this. Give me a second, folks. Do not disturb on this.
You gonna put it?
Nah, I forgot. Shame on me. Shame on me. Yes, Dash Hound, please do so. But again, Edward Snowden recommends it. My friend who is an Edward Snowden type, who worked for IBM back in the 80s, and that's all he's done all his life, swears by it as well. So if you're worried about getting monitored by intelligence, then a platform like Jitsi or Jitsi itself is a way to go. So again, if you know coding, if you know programming, you could take Jitsi, and if there's anything you could tweak about it and make it your own, you can actually do that. So it's open. Now, let me ask you this. Would you be able to do that with Zoom? Do they openly give you the program coding with Zoom or with Facebook or with YouTube or that matter? Okay, they're private. They're closed source, if you will. Now, my experience, I've been using it for the last 6 months, I would say. In my opinion, it lags a lot less. Hi, let freedom ring. So it lags less, in my opinion. Other people have told me otherwise, but I will disagree. Again, it's easier to use than Zoom. So the way you use it is that, like I put in the description box on YouTube and Rumble, the way you use it is, if you're on a PC or laptop, all you have to do is type in a URL. For example, meet.jit.si/ whatever room you desire. You can make up a room name, anything. It could be even a room name with numbers, and only those that know the room name with the numbers and everything can go in and listen to your conversation. So it's almost like a password, if you will, but it's not a password. Now, Jitsi also has the option of making it more secure. I personally haven't used it. I haven't seen the need to use it. So there's different opinions about Jitsi, but you could go on YouTube, and those that have used it, that they can explain to you, why they use Jitsi instead of other online meeting type platforms like Zoom. So going back to laptop or PC, again, you just write the URL, meet as in meet you at 12, meet.jit.si/ Freedom King, whatever you like. Okay. Now, there's one particular room name called Thecall, all together, no space. Thecall, Thecall, which that is, everybody that knows Jitsi knows about that room name. Now, that's the room name that the programmers, if you will, use. They meet every Monday in the room name called Thecall at 11:30 Eastern Time in the morning, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and every Monday to discuss how to better the application. The programmers and the developers go in there and discuss amongst themselves, and then they open it up to the crowd or the people or the users, to discuss any complaint you might have or anything like that, or you can compliment them, whatever you want. Every Monday at 11:30, Thecall. Now, we also use Thecall for an international roundtable, if you will, okay, where we go in and discuss everything that's happening, all this tyranny and despotism and lack of freedom that's going on, right? And what we can do to, as a solution. So every Wednesday at noon Eastern Time, at this time it's Eastern Daylight Time, we get together in Jitsi in the room called Thecall. Now we made it Thecall so that anybody from the world who knows Jitsi can jump in and happen to find us there, and we can speak amongst ourselves. You have the option before going into the room to disable video. Before you even go into the room, you disable video. I believe it's in the top right. Top right. You could disable video, you could disable audio. Now, anytime in the call, you can enable video and or enable call. You want oh, okay, thank you.
Wait. Settings? Nothing there.
Well, they can play around with that. Okay. All right. So Paula just showed me, okay, if you're gonna use a mobile phone, I highly recommend you could use your browser and still use meet.jit.si/your room name, but it does not work well on a mobile. It works perfectly on a PC or laptop, but it doesn't work well in mobile. So in mobile, like I have down in the description box in YouTube and Rumble, you should download the app called Jitsi Meet. JITSI space MEET. Jitsi Meet. You download the app, and this is what it's going to look like once you open it. Can't focus. But in this rectangle right here is where you can input your room name. You input your room name, for example, Thecall, or like I said, Freedom King 254089. So you tell your friends about it. If you want to make it private, you tell your friends about your room name. Hey, let's meet in such and such room name. You know, and only those that know your room name can go in and listen to your conversation and be part of the conversation. Okay, so again, every Wednesday, we go into the room called Thecall, and we're starting to make it as well, like, for example, a day like today, Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. In other words, 2000 Eastern in military time, Eastern Daylight Time as of now. And Eastern. So if you guys want to jump in and speak to me, or if by any chance I'm not in there, speak amongst yourself. I mean, anybody can speak. Anybody has a freedom of speech. So talk about freedom of speech and no censorship. This is the way to go. Talk about using your First Amendment to freedom of speech and peaceful assembly without assembling physically. This is a way to go. So if you don't want to be monitored by, again, intelligence, then this is a way to go. Now, mind you, if by any chance intelligence knows what room you're in, for example, they might jump in the call. Okay, then in that case, they might monitor you. But if they don't know your room name, it's almost like it's almost like an encryption. It's almost like a password. If they don't know your room name, then there's no way they can listen to what you're talking about unless your phone is tapped. Okay, so let me see if I can set this down so I can show you a little better. And I'm sorry for the truck moving around. I mean, it is what it is. We don't stop this truck, so there's not much I can do about it. So for example, you come in here, you type in Thecall. Now, once you type in a room name, let me go back real quick. Once you type in a room name, and I'm sorry if it's not focused, but if you had already typed in your room name, it's already saved in recents. Actually, today, yesterday, yeah. it's already saved here. So once you have typed it in, all you got to do is click on, for example, the call, and boom, it takes you right to the call. You don't have to retype it in. But I'm gonna type it. I'm actually gonna type a random one, like I was saying. Freedom, and I believe you should not use spaces. So freedom. I'm not gonna say king because I don't want to sound sexist here. And I spelled freedom totally wrong. Freedom. Whoops. Jeez, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Since I'm not holding it with my hands. Well, you know what? If you guys want to join me on the call, so let's go to the call. So you type in the call. The call. You click on join or create/join. Join meeting. And voila, you're in. Okay. So I didn't. So as you can see, I didn't disable the video once I came in, but you have that option. For example, you can go to settings, right? And it gives you the option of entering your email, server URL, display name. Okay, you can input a display name. You don't have to put your name in. You don't have to put your name in. Okay, it could be your handle, right? So, my handle is Liberty B-75, right? So sorry.
Sorry.
Okay, so, or you could just not put anything. And if you don't have anything on, then it'll be, your name will be fellow Jitster. So there could be hundreds of fellow Jitsters in one room with no, people who have decided to go incognito or anonymous, if you will. So you can do that. Okay, so again, you don't have to register your email. It's optional. So let's go back to here. So once you type in, for example, freedom, whatever. Is that I'm trying to type sideways. Let's just say freedom. Okay, if you're the first one in, okay, now if you turn it sideways, I'm not seeing the option to go in automatically with the video and audio disabled. But oh yeah, okay, you click here. Now down here, okay, if you click on the little camera icon on the right side, okay, now it has a slash, like saying it's disabled. And if you click on the little microphone, it also has a slash. This is even before you join the room. So now you go into the room without with your video and audio disabled. So there's no chance of, once you go in, of anybody seeing either you or your background or anything like that. So I'm already in a room called Freedom, and it says down here you are the only one in the meeting. Okay, it has an option of inviting others. I have never used that option. Okay, so you can also chat. You can also chat amongst, type in and chat amongst your peers.
Share your
You could share your screen, correct? Thank you very much. You could share your screen, right? So if you click on the three dots,
Easier than Zoom.
it's easier than Zoom, yes.
Easier.
Okay, and anybody can share their screen. Now, I'm going to turn it landscape because it gives you some more options. If there was more people in the room, once you click on these four boxes, it'll kind of like change to tile mode or whatever it is. Okay, if you click on the three dots, it'll give you the option. See the security options I said earlier. You could enable low bandwidth. I mean, it's self-explanatory, and you could start. I'm not sure how the live stream works, but here you could share a video, or you could share your screen. So if you decide to share your screen, okay, anybody can share their screen. The only thing that it only lets you one person at a time to share their screen. So right now I'm technically sharing my screen, but there's nobody to share my screen to. All right, so
You don't share something you're not supposed to share.
ha. So it's very simple, folks. I really hope you guys, take advantage, not just to get in touch with us, and speak or whatnot with us, live, because at the end of the day, what's gonna fix this whole thing that's going on is for us to assemble, for us to peacefully assemble and use the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution and the Bill of Rights to redress our government for grievances. All right, and I don't know the exact wording on the Declaration of Independence, but it's our duty. It's our duty to throw off a tyrannical government. But the only way that can happen is if we peacefully assemble. Now, you might ask yourself, how did they do it in the 1700s when there was no technology? Well, to my understanding, they will go to taverns and speak amongst themselves. They didn't have to worry about getting their audio tapped and being monitored by any intelligence or anything like that. So it was all the word of mouth. Fast forward to 1932. If you guys look up the Bonus Army of 1932, there was a huge caravan and convoy that went to Washington, D.C. So this is not the first time early this year that this has been done. 1932, Bonus Army. They, long story short, after World War II, thousands, tens of thousands of veterans did not get paid. So they wanted to go to Washington, D.C. to protest and peacefully protest and redress their grievances. So from the West Coast, California, Washington, each and every state, mind you, 1932, they had radio, possibly starting TV. I don't know how they did it, but a huge caravan / convoy started from the West Coast. They all started meeting up and met up in D.C., Washington, D.C., the same Washington, D.C. we see today. Okay, so it could be done. I mean, we actually, by being able to meet virtually and stuff. So we have that advantage per se. Now you might be asking, what happened to the 1932 Bonus Army? Bonus as in bonus check, Bonus Army. What happened? Well, they were in Washington, D.C., protesting for over a month, I think it was. The president didn't want anything to do with it. No negotiations, anything. They came in with National Guard. There you go, Dashhound. So they came in, National Guard, full-blown tanks, you name it. A lot of veterans died that day. They broke it up. using force. If you don't believe me, the footages are there. Look up 1932 Bonus Army. It's a 26-minute documentary that was, it's posted, if you will, or documented by PBS. Yeah, PBS. So look into that documentary by PBS, 1932 Bonus Army. Very sad what happened. So at the end of the day, I'm not sure. I don't remember. They do mention it in the documentary. I don't know if he tried and settled with the veterans, with the World War I veterans. But yeah, it was very sad what happened, because all the president had to do was at least come out, speak to them, and pay them what they were due. You know, I know during that time, the Great Depression was just starting, 1929, so 1932, but I know that the country was in financial trouble during that time, but it is what it is. So anyway, again I say, what time is it? What time is it? Okay, so right after I cut this live, I'm gonna go ahead and jump on Jitsi on the room called Thecall, and I'll just wait there, you know, and anybody's welcome. I hope to see you all there. So again, we're doing it every Wednesday at noon Eastern Daylight Time right now. After November 6th, I believe it is, 7th, it'll be Eastern Standard Time. So 12 o'clock noon Eastern Daylight Time on Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 2000 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. A day like today. So hope I see you guys, see you folks there, or at least hear you. And
don't
we can,
be shy.
Don't be shy.
We don't care how you guys look. If your hair's a mess, if you're picking your nose.
So we can have an open discussion, you know, a live discussion. For us that we drive, it's very difficult for us to type along with you guys. You know, like right now, yes, I'm not driving, so I can read what you guys are saying and respond. But it's a lot faster, a lot easier if we could just talk and speak. So just wanted to give a quick intro with Jitsi, and again, many videos on YouTube regarding Jitsi and people's experience with Jitsi. Me personally, it doesn't lag as much as, for example, Zoom. Again, easy to use, right on the spot. You don't have to, you know, get a link or anything like that. It's unlimited. To my understanding, it's unlimited to the amount of. Dash says she is awesome. Love it.
Ooh, you're awesome too. I'm serious. I would like to put a voice with the name.
Yeah, a voice behind the name.
It don't have to be a picture.
So we can talk about many topics. I mean, you know, we try to stick to the topic of what's going on. You know, the stripping of our freedoms and rights, etc., and so on and so forth. But there's many topics that are. Dashhound says nose picking cool, but no butt picking. No. Amiga, ¿cómo está? Erika. Yeah, me and Erica go way back to high school. Yeah, hugs and kisses to you. So, hope to see you out there. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid. I've been using it for 6 months, no problem. And it seems like they're getting better and better with the programs and and the lagging and all that stuff. So to my understanding, there's no limit to the amount of people that can jump on. Zoom has its limits unless you pay for it or whatnot. So Jitsi, free to use. Hope to see you all there. Qué bueno, Erika, qué bueno, los muchachos bien. So hope to see you all there, and as soon as I jump out of here, I'll jump on Jitsi. But feel free to share this video to for those that you would want to introduce Jitsi to, or you can share the quick 1-minute introduction that is linked in the description box on YouTube and Rumble below. Sorry about Facebook. I still haven't figured out how to input, descriptions or whatnot. I don't even know if I don't even remember if the title comes out on Facebook, but it is what it is. So if you want to see the description, you would have to jump to my YouTube, which is B-75 Trucking, and my Rumble is B-75 Trucking as well. In Rumble, it's B-75 Trucking altogether. So, any questions? Any questions you all might have before I jump out? Any comments? Any objections? So Dashhound, yeah, very. Oh, thank you, Dashhound. So, lost my train of thought. So,
any questions? Any objections?
Any objections? Any questions? Any comments? Before I jump out and go into Jitsi again, I'm going into Jitsi in a room called Thecall, all together, Thecall. A room called Thecall. It's great to have people from out of the country jump on these calls. Like yesterday, we had a gentleman, a young man, who from Ghana, Africa, who jumped on and spoke very well English, and he he loved what our discussions were all about. Thank you, Dashhound. He said, "You all be blessed. Stay safe out there. By God's grace, guys, we are winning." Yes, I believe we are. I mean, more and more people are waking up. They are what's the word? They are participating more and more. I mean, if you go back to in my Rumble channel, the Reawaken America Tour rally that I was a part of this weekend in Pennsylvania was a tremendous success. There had to be, I don't want to exaggerate, but there had to be 1,000, 2,000 people there, 1,000, I would say. I might fall short. I like being conservative, and I like to under-promise and over-deliver. So I would say 1,000, but there had to be more. Because if each row has 50 people, and they were at least like 50 rows, that's 2,500 right there. And let's say half of it was filled, that's about 1,250. So well over 1,000 people, possibly even 2,000 people were there this weekend. And the next rally is in Branson, Missouri, Branson, Missouri, which is not this weekend, but the following weekend, I believe. And I have a great feeling that we are going to be able to be there. So stay tuned for that announcement. And other than that, it's just a matter of participating and being a part of it. That's awesome, brother. God is at work for we the people, we the MAGA Patriots. 10-4. 10-4 on that. So, for those of you that know the USLA that we organized after the convoys, the United States Liberty Alliance, slowly but surely we're working on the foundation, on the structure. We were there as us organizers, and two state leads were there. So 7 of us were there to represent the USLA, and we actually had a booth in the Reawaken America tour. We actually had a booth, and but we're there standing strong, still meeting every Tuesday, etc. But we're building that strong foundation because we're in it for the long haul. We're in it for generations to come. So we're making sure that foundation is strong. Our website is under construction, but it's up and running. The website is www.theusla.com. THEUSLA.com. You can download our education package. It's free. Whatever we've done so far, we've put out of our own pocket. Whether it's to put together and it's all volunteer work. So maybe in the future we might take donations to be able to hold rallies, for printing materials, etc. Possibly just to cover all that. But it will always be nonprofit. We're not in it for profit or anything like that. It will always be nonprofit no matter what, because we're us organizers there, myself, Roberto, Tommy, Tanya, Matt, and Lisa, the mayor. If y'all remember Lisa, the mayor from the People's Convoy, we're in it from the heart, because we really might want to make a difference. I mean, us 5, well, Tanya wasn't, but she was at one of the rallies on the way back from Hagerstown to California. We were there voluntarily. For us that we worked, we actually went there ready to lose it all. Honestly, not even for profit or anything like that, because we actually cared. Okay. And I truly believe, I know there's mixed feelings about this, but I truly believe that most of the organizers were in it for the right reasons as well, despite the fact that they raised $2 million. A lot of it went to fuel, yes. A lot of it went to the organization that was the nonprofit organization that was taking the money. 10% of that. Some of it went to infrastructure, but all the organizers are working, are back to work, are working right now.
Daddy, Tanya, are you able to go ahead and get on the conference call now?
Oh, perfect. No, now it's better. Yeah, now it's better. Okay, folks, so shoot. I might not be able to make it to... I'll jump on real quick on the call. If within 5 minutes or so, 10 minutes, nobody jumps in, I'm gonna have to jump out because I have an urgent meeting I have to attend. So I'll go ahead and jump on now. If within 5 or 10 minutes, if by 8 o'clock sharp or 8:05 sharp, nobody jumps in, I'm gonna have to jump out. So thank you very much. Love you all. Peace, and I'll see you at the next one. Tell her to give me 10 minutes. All right, bye now.
She said, okay, call you in a few.
Love Lisa. She is amazing. Gracias, Erika, gracias. Bueno, hasta luego. Bye now.